I honestly don't want this to turn into the Destiny channel, but every single day I make a video, I say, okay, I covered this, I gave you guys my take on it, and that's that. And then I wake up and the next morning he does something even more interesting that deserves some coverage, and here we are again. So yesterday he went on the Piers Morgan show along with other people such as Cenk Uygur and some conservatives, and he had some really interesting takes. Let's hear what they are.
Jump in there because we have a clip of what Destiny has said about that very thing. Let's listen to this.
Fuck it, fuck the dude, the firefighter guy, fuck Trump, fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, you don't, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am, 100%.
I mean, I got to say, I just found that repulsive, Destiny. Yeah,
I wish that there is no room. There is no room for the hand wringing, and I will not participate in this anymore.
Oh, it's not hand wringing.
The hand wringing. No, it absolutely is.
No, it's just that you are positioning yourself.
So well.
No, but Destiny, let me explain to you.
Where conservatives can say anything.
No, I'm not a conservative.
They can have any conspiracy theory.
I'm not a conservative.
They can have any, they can do anything, and then liberals are supposed to sit and be like, oh my God, it's so tragic.
No, Destiny.
Absolutely not.
Let me explain.
Absolutely.
Let me explain my position because I'm not a conservative. I'm not on either side in your race, right? Here's what I think about what you did. You'd like to fire off, as you've done so far in this debate, about your fury at how disgusting Republicans are, how inhumane they are, how they never have any empathy, blah, 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 blah. And then you yourself actually are exactly the person that you're describing. You are inhuman. You are somebody who seems almost gleeful that a young firefighter with a family, with a wife and children, who he was protecting as he was shot dead, that he deserved what was coming to him because he went to a President Trump rally, a man who was president of the United States until recently for 4 years and maybe again. You sound almost gleeful, Destin, and I'm sorry, that makes you, frankly, despicable.
I don't think I'm gleeful about anything. I don't think anybody should die. I don't think anybody deserves to die. But you want to talk about gleeful? Look at the conservative response to Pelosi's husband when they broke it.
Now, this went on for almost an hour, and you had Piers Morgan and the other guests trying to assess Destiny's moral compass, and every single time he would say something appalling, he would comment with the fact, but but what about the conservatives? In other words, like, the conservatives are his moral compass. It's where he takes guidance and wisdom from, and the way the conservatives, in his mind, behave, then that's how he should behave as well. Even though, again, like, he's got this caricature notion of what conservatives are like. I mean, even in the case of the Nancy Pelosi incident, right? If I remember it correctly, it was some guy that broke into their house and he had a hammer and the husband called the police. That wasn't a political event in the sense that the guy wasn't a right-winger that was trying to stop Nancy Pelosi from being a politician. That was like a domestic dispute type of thing, so I don't understand, like, why would he expect that the media would ask someone like Cruz or Donald Trump to disavow? Because you can't tie the incident to their rhetoric, you can't tie the incident to their politics, you can't tie the fact that they organized it. Like, it was a domestic dispute. Sure, harrowing, but again, like, how can you even connect it to right-wingers? Now, the only way you can connect it, I suppose, is if you go online and you find, like, random people, like average people with a small amount of followers, say, being cheeky little shits online. And, like, offering vile commentary or whatever. But, like, again, those are just, like, average people. I don't know of any actual political commentator. Like, I don't know of anyone that is renowned around right-wing circles to say that, oh, that's good that it happened. Yeah, like, that is a good thing. Maybe you have someone that made the joke or something like that, especially, like, in the beginning when the situation was muddy and unclear and people didn't really know what happened yet. Like, okay, fine. But, like, no one acted like Destiny. No one was like, you know what, like, this is what they deserve and blah, blah, blah. So the comparison isn't even accurate. As for the January 6th, I remember, like, almost every single right-winger for the next couple of months, whenever they had the press conference, that was, like, the first question. It's like, do you disavow? Do you disavow? even if that right-winger had absolutely no connections with the protest, even if he didn't do anything, there would be an army of microphones, a sea of microphones asking if the person disavowed. And I can't think of a single individual, I can't think of a single right-winger that's a public figure. So again, a politician or a talking head or you know, like someone with a following, I can't think of any that wouldn't disavow. Now, some would say, oh, that was just a protest, or it wasn't as violent. Like, they would try to downplay it, but, like, actually disavowing, everyone did. Everyone disavowed the violence. Even Trump disavowed the violence, told people to go home, right? So, like, the comparison between what Destiny is doing right now, when he can't disavow the assassination attempt of a president of the United States, and is going around and is calling one of the victims that's a firefighter. Like this is a man that goes into burning buildings to save people. This is a man that's a hero to his community, and he dies while shielding his family from the bullet. And then Destiny goes around and calls him a retard, and he doesn't understand why people are canceling him. And it's like, oh, well, right-wingers is just as bad with the cancel culture. And I gotta say, you know, I hope that he doesn't get canceled. I do not want Destiny to get canceled. In fact, I want everybody to hear what he is saying. This is why I'm even making the videos. It's like, I want people to hear what he is saying. Yeah, I want people to subscribe to his channel. I want people to listen to what people on the left are talking about, because Destiny is considered a moderate. And I watched his channel as well, many times. Like, this is a person that's a moderate, and it's very well spoken, very well educated, understands what the left wing wants, supports what the left wing wants. So it's interesting to see what other people think about politics, what other people think about how the nation should run, like what makes for a decent society. It's interesting. I don't like canceling. And by the way, he apparently got banned from Kick as well. So he got demonetized on X, and he keeps saying that Elon Musk is against free speech. Well, he's still on X. Like, he's still allowed to say whatever he wants on X. He can't make money. I disagree with the demonetization as well, unless the advertisers themselves pressured X to do it. Although it seems that this may have been an Elon Musk decision. As for him getting banned from Kick, yeah, I disagree. I don't like it. Now, what I like and what's happening are two different things, because most of these things are operating based on terms of service, and I didn't get to write those terms of service. In fact, I disagreed with the terms of service as they were written, and it was the left that wanted them in the first place. Like, the terms of service on the internet happened during feminism to keep young girls safe. That's how it all started, right? Like, we need to keep young girls safe because there was this case of a girl that got bullied by her classmates online. And because of that, they started making these safety councils, and you know, they got the advertisers in. The academia was saying, oh, like, if you watch a Destiny video and there's a Coca-Cola ad on it, like, everyone will think that Coca-Cola sponsors that, even though that's not what people really think. But what people really think is that, all right, well, if it's a talking head that I don't like and he is saying things that I don't agree with, if we get the advertisers to pull out, then that person will stop talking, right? So it's like how to silence someone. No one actually thinks that, oh, if you see a Coca-Cola commercial on Destiny, that Coca-Cola agrees with what Destiny is saying, because Coca-Cola doesn't even know who the fuck Destiny is, right? But, like, this is the mentality that was cemented by people on the left when they had cultural dominion. People on the right hated it. Like, I hated it. I said it back then. It's like, this thing is going to bite leftists in the ass at some point. Because if you look at history, you notice that it's a pendulum, and it's swinging, and you're going to have the left in power now, and then you're going to have the right-wingers in power, and after that, the left will come in power as well. It's just like waves, usually generational gaps. But anyway, yeah, I don't like the fact that Destiny is getting canceled. I don't think that he should get canceled. I think he should get promoted. I think that he should be on the front page of Twitter. I think you should not be able to log on Twitter without seeing what Destiny has been posting that day. It's very important. But it's not like what he is saying, right? Because, like, I don't care Destiny as the person. But it's the people watching him. Like, the people liking, subscribing, commenting, thinking that political assassinations are something you can't disavow. You know, like, this is what I want people to see. Now, show me a right-winger that does the same, which has the same level of prestige, has the same level of sponsors and backing, and I can't think of any. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm pretty sure, like, somewhere out there, maybe you have one, but, like, I can't think of any. At least not the ones I watch. Maybe I'm watching the wrong ones, you know? Maybe I'm not watching the correct ones. And the problem with Destiny is, like, again, it's not the jokes, right? Like, he's not joking about these things. Like, he is making it clear that he's not going to disavow.
One last question, Destiny. One last question for you.
Characterization of J6.
Destiny, one last question for you. Are you pleased that Donald Trump got shot?
Am I pleased? No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
What is your emotion to the shooting?
My emotion is emotionally, what, in terms of his personal health, is absolute indifference.
No, do you condemn the shooter shooting Donald Trump?
No. Not here, not on this program, not in front of these people. Absolutely
You do not condemn a deranged
not in front of
shooter
these people.
shooting
You are
Donald
truly
Trump.
just a child. This is not.
Actually,
this is not a
no.
competition
You know
here.
what,
We're
Charlie?
just trying to be decent human
You know what,
beings.
Charlie? It's not actually the behaviour of a child. It's the behaviour of somebody who's completely lost his moral compass and any sense of decency.
You're right.